Welcome back to the Project Gold trading channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through this EU trade that I took last week. The markets have just opened. I think we're a couple of hours in. Yes, about 5 hours into this week. And I'm just going to break down this move for you, basically what I saw, and hopefully you guys can take some value from it. So it started about last week. Started on like the 4 hour time frame. Just take you back. This is what I saw. So if we jump down to start on the 4 hour, just show you why I picked this zone. It's because this was the last zone to force a structural break, and it just absolutely obliterated after this sort of area. So I had a couple of areas marked up. I had this one, this area right here, marked up. But obviously you can see price has absolutely obliterated that. I think it even obliterated it on the hour. So there was no area for opportunity in here. Obviously you had an area here. Again, just absolutely tanked through it. And so the next area for me was this 4 hour zone right at the top here, because we had this massive sort of indecision candle, which I can see as manipulation of buyers and sellers before its true move continued. So I did like this area as a potential reversal zone. You can see we came just shy of it before rejecting a little bit, which left a little bit of liquidity to the downside before coming back up and coming into this zone. So you could see this as a little bit of liquidity up here. So sort of price giving itself an excuse to come back up into this area, come back up into this zone, which it did. So we go down to the hourly here. I'll show you where. So you can see that liquidity build up in a couple of areas here. So you got it right here as well. So effectively, it's inducing buyers into selling. Inducing sellers into selling off here before coming back up, mitigating this zone, and then continuing its true direction. So if you just play this here, you can see we had a little gap there. I believe that was when market opened, and boom. So this was the area or sort of mitigation that I was interested in. And so what I did at this moment in time is drop down to lower time frames. I look for that lower time frame flip zone. So I picked this bottom area as my flip zone to make sure that this it was covering all bases. So as you can see from this bottom markup here, I was actually looking at this area, but I was actually out at the time, so I didn't actually because I want to be in the charts when I've got positions on, so I can move my stops to break even, stuff like that, and manage the trade. So I was actually out at this time. I was actually looking for a long at this zone here to target this zone. As you can see, it played out beautifully, a little bit of inducement in there, but obviously I wasn't there, so I was looking to target this imbalance on the way down. So obviously we know we're at a 4 hour structural zone, and we've rejected it quite nicely, and we also know on the 1 minute now that we have quite a lot of imbalance to fill to the downside. So there's two confluences there, strong confluences that I can add to my my list of confluences that I have already to back up my entry into this trade. So I'll just show you the price action here. So at this point in time, we have broken structure, and I'm now interested in getting a entry in this pair, and you can see we are building up liquidity just below this zone here. So let's just see what happens. So generally, after mitigating a higher time frame zone, we've got an instant reaction, quite an impulsive move to the downside. To me, it looks like it just wants to mitigate a few zones before shooting off. It wants to shoot off. So I was originally looking to sell off from this point here, but I thought because of the impulse that we're seeing here and this reaction from this zone, I didn't think would pull back that far. you know, just based on this reaction, you know, because it was leaving liquidity just here, you know, in this area, a little bit of a structural zone. So, you know, you'd have traders looking to sell from here. So I thought maybe, you know, we'll wick them out before, you know, mitigate this zone before shooting down. It could have also done the same here, but, you know, just there isn't as much liquidity here as there is here. You know, you've got like 5 candles of liquidity here rather than 2. So I thought it's going to take this before shooting down. And luckily that hunch played out. You can see it came within, you know, I don't even know what that is, you know, a pip of stopping me out there. So obviously my heart was racing at that time. But you can see it nearly mitigated the top zone, but it missed by quite a short distance. So luckily that paid off. So it mitigated this, you know, swept this liquidity here, and then as you can see, we just absolutely shot off to the downside. And as this was happening, I was trailing my stop based on structure. So at this point, I think my stop loss was about here. And yeah, every time we broke structure, I was just looking for a nice strategic place to put my stop, just in case we did reverse. So I left it here, and it did actually get tagged out about 1 to 7. So I believe, yeah, right there, we got tagged out right there, boom. And as you can see, we did actually tag, you know, we did actually shoot right down, and I think we're continuing to do so. So it's currently, oh, go back. All right. So we're currently at about a 1 to 21 running at the moment. But obviously it tagged me out at about 1 to 7, I believe. Yeah, so 1 to 7.5 percent. That's not too bad. You know, I'm happy with a 7.5% move at the end of the day. You got to take what the market gives you. And yeah, so all I'm doing now is looking for a retracement back into this area, because this was the last area that broke structure. As you can see, I'm doing the same move again, looking for that structural, oh, there's bloody magnets on again. I'm just looking for that structural break and the origin of it. So if we do come back up to this zone, I've got my alert on the side, as you can see. If we do come back up here, then I'll be looking for a short down and see if there's any hidden zones. So we do have quite a few. We do have one that I'll be interested in as well. So we do have this hidden zone right here, which you cannot see from the hourly. So I'm just going to mark that up. So you've got 2 potential areas where price could show some sort of reaction to before continuing down to my desired target, you know, sweeping all of this liquidity in here. So that is my thinking for EU this week, and I'll be monitoring this very closely. But guys, I hope you've taken some you know, value from this video as usual, and you know, I hope, you know, you can sort of see what I'm seeing, because these moves happen every week, every day. It's just all about training your eyes to see it. And so guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you all kill the markets, and I will see you in the next video.